Hi everybody. I'm just sitting up here looking. I didn't even know the thing had started. Yesterday I tried to post a video about drugs in my Messages of the Heart series, and I had so much going on. I just felt like I had to do it right then and there, but the music was overpowering, and I don't think the message really got across. So I'm just gonna sit here and just talk about Messages of the Heart, letter D, and it's about drugs. Um, I think from this point on, I'm going to just basically not even try to have music in the video, because this is what I was trying to do. I was trying to keep it like, mellow, groovy while I was talking, but when you don't know what you're doing, you basically just be messing up. So, I would just like to reiterate on a few points, because I'm not going to go through the whole thing, because I did listen to the video, and if you get close enough, you can hear it, and you can hear the message. But I was just talking about how dangerous drugs really are to a person, mentally, physically, spiritually. It separates you from God, it separates you from yourself, and it separates you from family and friends. And I talked about how I started using drugs at a very early age, and I did it because I wanted to fit in, I wanted to be cool, I wanted to just do my own thing. And one of the things that was important to me at that time is that one of the Isley brothers had a song called "It's Your Thing, Do What You Want to Do." And so I had that mentality, but later on in life I learned out that no, it's not my thing, it's a God thing, and it's a me thing, it's a family thing. And what I do with my life do affect other people, places, and things. And I talked about how AA, NA, and CA, they're all important organizations, and they're spiritually based, and that's why they work. And they also do not just come right out and say, that God is in the format of the steps and the principles, because people, there's atheists who are alcoholics and drugs, and there are people who are Buddhists or whatever religion or denomination. So they try to keep the peace and just call it a spiritual guidance program. That didn't work for me. I had to say God. I had to say Jesus Christ. And the reason why I said that, just like I said in my first videotape, is that God says that if we confess Him before man, then He will confess us before His Father. So I have to stand up to that promise, because I want Him to confess me to His Father, because I know I've lived this very sinful life, and so I want Him to intercede for me. It's nothing that we do on our own that's gonna get us in or out of heaven. It's totally up to Jesus Christ, but we do have to follow His principles and guidelines. But anyway, back to drugs. I started when I was on drugs when I was a young age. Alcohol is a drug, period, and booze was around my family all the time. So I used to sneak little drinks when my mom and all of them be partying and stuff like that, and it was a part of our life. And then I started taking pills at a young age. I took Red Devils, I took masculine, I took acid, I took whatever I can get hold to, and it just changed my life. I like the way I felt. I like how it made me forget about things. It helped me forget about pain. When I started realizing that I was being abused, it helped me in that situation as well. But I'm not going to go all off into everything that I said yesterday, but I just wanted to take the time to say that drugs kill, they destroy, and they steal. And that's just like the devil. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Drugs steal our dreams, our hopes, our youth, our lives. It destroys us mentally, physically. It destroys our family relationships. And what was the other one? Oh, kill. Oh, duh. It will kill you. Drugs will kill you eventually. I don't care. Sometimes, you can go around here to the liquor store or something. You can see an old wine, or you can see an old drug addict. But eventually, they're going to die. Just like in the beginning of times, that once you sin, once sin entered the world, and the devil say, yo, you won't surely die. Yes, you will. You're going to die eventually. And if it don't kill you outright, it's going to affect some of your body organs or something, and you're going to die. But anyway, I also wanted to say that, I talked about that there's some good drugs, there's some bad drugs. But the fact of the matter is, to make the long story short, God did not design us to have drugs in our body. He designed a perfectly good strategic plan of a good healthy diet for us, where we can have fruits and herbs, vegetables, grain, and that alone would have kept us, had not sin into the world, in a healthy state. We wouldn't need no pain pills. We wouldn't need no feel good pills or anything, because God had already planned all this out. And there's a interesting website called The Living Way Ministry, where Brother Floyd Mayberry talks about how to live healthy through Bible medicine, and also to lead a healthy life, through what God has given us to have, vegetables and grains and fruits and all that good stuff. But when I was coming up, mostly everybody got high off of alcohol and pills, like I stated earlier. And then the crack cocaine, ice, ecstasy, and all that stuff, it wasn't around in my circle, but it exists somewhere, but it wasn't as popular. But then from the time I was 9 years old to I was 12 years old, I did pills and alcohol and booze at parties and different things, hanging out with my friends. And then from the age of 12 to 14, I kind of chilled out because I got pregnant at an early age, because during those periods I was being abused, and I used alcohol and drugs to sustain that abuse and the guilty feelings and all that stuff that was going inside of me. From the time I was 15 until the time I was in high school, partying was my middle name. I did everything, I wanted to be the life of the party. If I wasn't the life of the party, I was going to get with whoever was the life of the party, because I was going to just make it happen, because I had that kind of personality. I had an addictive personality too, because I wanted to be a part of, and I wanted to always do things. I just needed to stay busy. That's why I used to like to do drugs, because I just like being in that whole totally different element. And so I started really boozing and doing drugs, doing pills, getting introduced to crack, sherm, heroin, you name it, you couldn't miss me, okay? And I'd still go to school, not bragging or anything like that. I'd still go to school, I'd still go to church and all that stuff like that, but I had my priorities mixed up. And then I started going to jail, started going to prison, started getting in wrecks, started just messing up my life, and not realizing just how much of other people's life I was affecting as well, and then later on, a light bulb came on. I got 8 years clean and sober, and I went out and I started speaking and giving my testimony, and it was all cool and dandy and everything, but I did not have a relationship with God. Today I have a relationship with God, and that's why I'm doing this Messages of the Heart series, is because instead of writing a book, I want to get this out here now, because so many things are happening, and I don't know if I have enough time in me to write a book, get it published, find a publisher, get rejected and all like that, when I can just put it on YouTube and get all of that, in one whop. If a book deal come out of here some kind of way, fine. If not, at least I have gotten this out of my system to tell people how I feel about life from A to Z. And that's why I call it Messages of the Heart from A to Z. So right now, today, I don't have 8 years clean and sober, and I do have so few years under my belt, but I'm not focused on AA today. It does work. AA, NA, CA, all of that works. But for me, I needed something more, and I needed God in my life to keep me grounded. And once I realized that, there's no looking back now. I never say never, but I know in my heart today that I'm so against drugs. I'm so against what it does to a person's life that I just choose not to do it. And I try to go out now, and I hope to just get a message to somebody that, you can live so much of a better life if you just do not participate in drugs activities. And another thing that I had emphasized in the first video is that people, places, and things are very important in your life. People, places, and things is basically everything about who we are. People, the people we hang around, the places we go, and things we do. Things like drugs, alcohol, sex, and all that stuff. It comes together. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with sex, don't get me wrong, but there's a right time to do it, and there's a right way, or with the right person, being married, and that's a whole different story. We'll get off on that in another Messages of the Heart. But I'm just telling you this right now to reiterate the other video, that there's a much better plan for your life than just hanging out and just partying and just not paying attention, messing up your life with drugs. You don't want to do that, trust me. And one of these days I will do a different testimony and get more deeper, but right now I just want to put this out here. And let me see, there was something else I talked about. I talked about so much, but like I said, listen to the other little video. It's kind of loud and stuff with the music, but if you pay close attention, you will get something out of it, okay? And I just wanted to say, God bless you all, and just know that don't let nobody talk you into doing drugs. Don't let nobody talk you into having sex when you're not married, because you can mess up your life with that. You can come up with contact or disease or something like that, or all it takes is one time. And then everybody is not like the next person. For me, I was able to get high and move around and stuff like that, but I know people that smoked dope for the first time and never came back, just as loony as they want to be. I know people that smoke dope for the first time end up getting raped and beat and all kind of stuff. I know people that smoke dope for the first time that died, OD'd, or just did something crazy. It affects people differently. So I'm just saying, you're taking a chance with your life when you decide to pick up a drug, a cigarette, or drink. You're changing the whole element of the game when you're doing that. And you losing your looks, it's just a terrible thing to do. So I'm rambling right now, but I just wanted to make up for that video that I made yesterday. So I'm going to call this Messages of the Heart, letter D, A. No, not really. But anyway, no. Take care. God bless you, and I hope you got something out of me rambling right now. All right, peace out.